Welcome guys, my name is Ricardo Pereira and today I'm going to show you how to work with machine learning in Mendix. So don't leave and learn Mendix with me. So for this tutorial we are going to use a machine learning module provided by Mendix, and you can find it on the official Mendix GitHub page. You can find it inside the folder called ML source. Here you have multiple machine learning modules, but for this tutorial we are going to use the one called Titanic XG Boost. So click and you can click again on the module and go to download raw file. So as you can see, this module have one extension called ONNX. So Mendix provides support to these machine learning modules. You can find more modules on pages Hugging Face, and you can come to the left side and search for this type of modules. If we go back to the GitHub page, as you can see, you have multiple machine learning modules provided by Mendix, and we also have the official GitHub page from ONNX. And here you have multiple modules for computer vision, generative AI, so natural language processing. You can find many on this website. It's very easy to start using these modules inside Mendix. Everything we need to do is go to your module, add other, and click in ML model mapping. Here we can just give a name to our module, so ML Titanic in our case, and click OK. Here we can click to import module and search in your folder. Double click, and as you can see, we have a warning. So output module, sequence and map tensor types are not currently supported. So probably in the future we will have support to this type of tensor types. For now, you can just click OK, and as you can see in the background, we have all the machine learning module imports. So if the import was successful, you can go to your domain model and check if the entities were created. If yes, so everything is going well. If you go back to the mapping, you can see that some attributes have a different data type. For example, for the ticket class, you can see that have an int 32, 1,1, and to explain what this means, I create a new annotation on the domain model so I can explain it better. So int 32 means that the attribute can handle numbers between negative 2 billions until positive 2 billions. And the ones between the brackets means that we are handling a matrix, so of one array. So as you can see, we have the first array. So we open here and we close here, and then we have another array with just one number inside. So for example, if we have 2, 2, that means we have a matrix. So we start the array here, and then we have 2 values inside of it, and inside each value we have 2 more values. This is a very quick explanation of what this means. If we go back to the import mapping, you can see that most of these attributes only have one value inside. Some of them are integers, others are strings, but most of them, like I said, it's only one value. If we look to the entity on the left side, you can see that they are using the regular primitive data types as we are used to. So if we go back to the browser and go to this website, we have more information about machine learning module. I found this dataset description where we have an overview about the data of this module and also all the inputs that we need to pass to the module so we can predict some outputs. So if you check the definition, you can see that these fields are exactly the same that we have on our entities. So ticket class, sex or gender, age in years, number of siblings, number of parents, ticket number, passenger fare, cabin number, and port of embarkation. If we go back to the studio, we have all of them besides the survive. And to handle this missing attribute, we are going to clone our non-persistent entity and make it persistable. So double click on entity, click in persistable, and let's change the name of the entity. So let's call it Titanic Survivor. We also need to add the missing attribute, so create a new one and call it survived, and as a type select integer. Click OK and click OK. So if you look to the left side, you can see that we have some enumerations. I create those to make it easier for the user to insert the right input. So let's go back to our entity, and for the ticket class we are going to replace this data type with an enumeration and select enumeration ticket class. As you can see, this enumeration only have 3 values, so 1, 2, and 3. We can do the same for sex attribute. So let's select enumeration and select enum gender. So this one have 2 values, male or female. So you can see all of these values are provided in the training CSV. So the training set, so this file, and you can have access to it here on the right side. Because I already have downloaded this file, I'm going just to open. And as you can see, for the sex column, we have these 2 values. For the ticket class, we have also these 3 values, and the only one missing is the port of embarkation. So, and here we have 3 values. So if we go back to our website, we can see that for embarkation, we have C, Q, and S. So let's go back to Studio and add that last enumeration. So double click, port of embarkation, enumeration, and enum embark. I can also show you the values. Click OK, OK again, and OK. Right click on the entity and click to generate overview pages. Click OK. And with the pages created, we can go to the navigation. Default home page, we can set the page we just created, so Titanic Survivor overview, and also on the home page. Click OK and go to the new edit. Here, as you can see, we have all the inputs needed. We can remove the survived field because this one is going to be auto-generated. Click on the save button, and on the on-click event, we are going to change it from save changes to call a microflow. We can create the microflow inside our module, so click new, and here let's call it ACT Titanic Survivor underscore prediction. Click OK and OK again. Let's open our new microflow, and here we need to create a new object. Double click and select the entity called ML input entity ML Titanic. Click in new, and here will be necessary to fill all of these values. So starting with the ticket class. So here we are going to set the value as parse integer, and because it's an enumeration, we need to get caption, And now we can use the value Titanic Survivor / ticket class. For the second attribute, so the name, we can use directly the value, so Titanic Survivor / name. The third attribute is going to be sex, so here we can set as get caption Titanic Survivor sex. The next one, it's the number of siblings. We can also set it directly. So number of siblings. Same for the number of parents. Now the passenger fare. Titanic Survivor fare. So the last two are cabin number. Let's fill with Titanic Survivor cabin number. And the last one, it's port of embarkation. And the value is get caption Titanic Survivor port of embarkation. With all of these values set, we can proceed to the next action. Now we can go to this blue button and search for ML. Here we can select the call ML module and the name of our machine learning module, so ML Titanic. Here we can double click and fill this input object with the object we just created. Click OK. So with all of this information, the module can predict if the person survived or not. And we need to save this information on our object. And to do this, we go to the blue button and search for change Titanic Survivor. Double click, click in commit, refresh in client, and add a new member. Click in survived, and as a value, we can use the output value from the module. So select ML Titanic / output label. Click OK and OK again. To finalize, we just need to close the page. Save, and that's it. You can save and now run your application. So with the application ready, we can just click to view app. And here we have access to our auto-generated page. So we can click on the new Titanic Survivor button and we can simulate one person that was on a boat. So ticket class, for example, to name Ricardo, sex male, age we can say, for example, 25, siblings 0, parents we can also say that was no parents on the boat, fare 23, for example, cabin number 42, and port of embarkation S. So click save, and if everything went well, we are going to see on this last column if this person survived or not. As you can see, it's a 1, so that means it survived. You can create multiple entries, so you can test if the machine learning module is working correctly, but for now, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any doubts, leave a comment in this video, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.